Cool. No, YouTube, I don't actually need to know specifically how to do that. I should have checked this before I close everything out. Straight up didn't appear. I don't remember how this works. It's been a while. Okay. Pops up down there. That's weird. Why didn't I have my chat box so low? Can you even adjust it? There, I guess it's down there. So I can turn this down a tick. Hello. So I made the fucking mistake of falling asleep at like 8 p.m. and then just shooting awake at 2:30 going, I could do stuff. So I'm awake because I'm an idiot. I'm not looking to do anything tonight other than just play. So we're gonna grab Uriel footage so that at some point, today's Friday, I can make a video on him because he's fucking insane. I'm not like losing frames. Kind of choppy. That's just because I don't have it like selected. Yeah. Could just be. Okay. No, it's okay. It's just OBS looks like it's shitting itself. I could play a horror game. I do have a horror. I want to replay Shipwrecked, except I don't want to like Yelp or anything like that and wake my significant other, so I'm not doing that. Was I not running primary acuity? I guess not. Can't even really slot this in here either. That's fine. fuck did I get that many relics for it? Who's all... Yeah, I know the prime rotations and... Who be there? Also, what be there? Extiletto, Fragor. Really bad, isn't it? Atlas Vauban. People wanted him. Techo. I love this player base. Also, this character generates energy insane style. Because one of his demons guarantees minimum 3 health orb drops, and it can go like 500 with a little bit of tweaking. So like 5 per enemy. I'm actually more or less surprised that they released this character in this state. He's fucking insane. And they just went, yeah, that's fine. Meanwhile, the Tower on Strikes released in the same update are just kind of okay. They're really convenient if you can build one of them for an Acolyte. Can you not suppress me? Thank you. Didn't even matter because Demonium doesn't go down if you're suppressed. Cannot believe this character was released in this state. The worst part is, in order to make me stop complaining, all they have to do is, like, fix Ember. But now they can't without severe overlap with other frames. Ooh. I'm here for the long haul. Got an lol fire. Trident's been fucking insane for a while. Its Incarnon just basically gave it better. Like, the Incarnon's not even that good, but the fact that it has, like, you can get a 12 multiplier is insane. To be fair, you used to be able to get really cheap rivets before they released the Incarnon, because people weren't hyper tweaking it. It also helps I'm substituting the fire rate with an arcane. I just hyper build my guns now. I don't even know where Angst is. There he is. All I know is he just took a fuck ton of burn procs. Somebody has Bright Bonnet? That's actually funny. Oh shit. I saw somebody complaining that this character can't hit Noko numbers, and everybody were flaming them because, what do you mean? This character has an insane, like, double damage fucking, insta-proc ability that lasts a while. Hits multiple targets and it applies like a ton of debuffs, including fire. As long as you can hit like the heat proc, you're fine. My bad, I didn't kill you. I also like his design. I'm definitely grabbing that. Yeah, from my experience so far playing Uriel, he's way overtuned. Like, to a nauseating extent. Which, I mean, compared to Noko isn't pretty hard, because even Noko's pretty much baseline damage was so high that it didn't quite matter how you built him. Mainly just because the spores bounced so much. But the fact that he has an at-will immunity, status cleanse, heal, his one's super easy to trade off if you don't mind the small DPS decrease. I use Theros Strike because it's overpowered with Theros lethality and a high crit weapon. I've been using a lot of primary acuity. Growing up to realize single shot weapons is actually really cool. Prop that next wave when it starts. I'd say who wants to sit and farm for the Brat and Vandal, but I don't want to do that even. Let enemies start appearing on the minimap. Ability, range, and strength doubled. For context, my range is well, now 70 meters, but it's like 35 normally. I think I just wrote. No, okay, never mind. I didn't throw away one of the napkins I used while eating tacos earlier today and just rubbed fucking taco sauce directly into my nostrils. Honestly, the only thing you need to tweak with Archon shards for him is like cast speed, or I use Motorize, so I use that as well. Also, I haven't gotten a single focus orb to spawn. That is a host thing, isn't it? Oh, wow, I said that in this one right here. Venka's fairly rare. Yeah. I know Valk's still in rotation through Deep Space Relics. I'm gonna keep going. This is my bread and butter. Absolutely wild. I used to play with somebody who would ask me when I'm done. Like, dude, I did a 2-hour Loki only survival stream. What are we talking about? Shouldn't pop at this first wave so people get relic stuff. Why are you up there? Is a Arctic Eximus somewhere? It wouldn't let me do the Mercy for some reason. Let me look up how you get the Breton Vandal real quick. Ooh, that's a higher. Ah, elite. Holy. One of them is here. That's only Mania. He just got armor stripped immediately? What happened? Why is his neck long? What? What just happened? Alright, when I had to pop back up OBS, it fucking didn't open. My chats. Stop wiggling. Thank you. I feel like they should buff Talron strikes already. Masseter moment. Dun, 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 dun. In before the. Do you actually listen to this? Yes, yes, I do. I still don't know what that guy was talking about either. He just said the Bratton got in? Lol? It would be very funny. What's the rotation on the Bratton Vandal? Bratton Vandal. Yeah, there's some stupid fucking drop rates, I can tell you that. Has an insanely good Incarnon form. Has higher Riven disposition. Equal base damage. Lower puncture, higher impact. Has a higher crit chance. Lower fire rate. A little bit of a smaller magazine. Faster reload, more accurate. Really? It's the normal. Well, it would be very funny to run around with the Bratton Vandal and just mog people though, wouldn't it? Has a higher base damage on that. Multi-shot. This is damaged by plus 58%. I mean, this would be worth farming. What's the rotation like? 2A, 2A. Oh my god, I would have to do 8 rounds over and over again. Oh, Christ. Luckily, it'll... Wait. Vandal... Oh, one of the... Oh, fuck it. Let's do it. Rat and Vandal farming. This is probably something I do alone, right? Just so I don't get fucking griefed by host, non-host compatibility. Luckily, this character should be good enough to get me through without much difficulty. Honestly, if I can have my ult up per round, this should go fast. My demons are immediately dead. Hello? What happened? Does stepping through the gate kill my demons? That'd be kind of annoying. I think in terms of having a higher base critical chance, I should build primary acuity on the Brat and Vandal. Because instead of 12, it has 18, which is actually an insane difference. I got knocked down. That's why we have the instant press to heal button. We single, just stand here and press a button. Thank you for the sigil, my king. As long as the game doesn't strip my ult away when I go through transition, I should be fine. Because then I can literally just open the next arena with it and wave clear. Only an A+, fuck off. It does not take my ult away, and it does not take my demons. I have no idea what happened then. That's surprising it didn't give me. Oh, it did. Anyway. Ah. I could have put that in a more central location, but it's okay. There's one of the Grenier, like, fucking balloons in the air that are being weird. Look on a minute. I think think I just used this, right? This is such a shit tile, honestly. For 100 endo, oh boy. Damn, I'm not actually doing that good. That's kind of wild. Oh, thank God, a better tile set. Shit will actually start happening now. Like that. I don't know where he was standing there. Yeah, 40 seconds is fine. It builds so quickly if you have a good tile, so. I think despite how much I complain that this character is really, really strong, I think they need to tweak the ult game at least a little bit. Because sometimes it feels like you build it really quickly, and then sometimes it feels like you just get, like, shit on about it. There we go. There's my S rank. That's what I thought. That's right, Samaras. Oh, this is a good tile set, too. I just watched an entire wave get fucking wiped out because it spawned in front of me. fucking hand is so far over. I was thinking about doing that thing Osu players do, where you have like the tablet for your like cursor. But I also don't know how I would set that up. Also, am I wrong, or did they buff Theros' strike range? It definitely feels like they did, because it scales a lot more aggressively than it used to. When I did a lot of testing, the biggest problem I had with it was how close you had to be compared to things like Terrify and Pillage. But I could be wrong. You're a dickhead. I hope you know that. Disgusting tube creature. I'm also a big fan of how aggressively the bird demon grapples enemies. Because it will just grapple, and that allows you to immediately gain like fucking 400 energy. Get detonated. Can't believe people are calling this character underpowered. I think the main thing that would make you think he's underpowered is just like a bad build. Because like with a little bit of strength tweaking, not even using like corrupt mods or anything like that, he builds so aggressively. Mainly because you don't even, technically, if you want to be strange about it, you don't have to build for strength. I would recommend at least strength tuning a little bit, but like even with range buffs, he gets away with way too much. There's a fucking Eximus somewhere that's just being annoying. Imagine if this becomes my schedule. That'd be frankly embarrassing. Am I actually losing efficiency? How? I guess it's just this tile says really bad for me. I had like a good stream of enemies going, and then it just became very quiet on the Western Front. I think they're spread too thin, and that's what's going on. Like, I had a ton of enemies spawning above, and now they're spawning below, but now they're spawning above again. B plus is fine. Need a better tile? I didn't even pay attention. What did I get? Fucking simple relic. A lot of Eximus units suddenly.
I just gotta be careful if I get a bad tile set, I guess. That being said, if I get Brimstone, I should save it for next round, though. Ooh. Okay. Hi, dickhead. Let's go. I hit it. Mainly because the XMS kills are starting to pick up. This is a fine tile set. Yeah, because if I stay in this room, it's very localized. Especially with the infested. At least on like Saren or Volt, you don't have to worry about spamming your abilities too much because they're not actually, other than the one big explosion, they're not extremely overpowered. I say as if one of the abilities isn't just a straight up double damage button. This character goes nutty for fucking whatchamacallit? Disruptions. You throw on Thera Strike and this guy can probably run fucking damn near infinite. I just got randomly hit by a fucking rock. Too bad he has a cleanse built directly into his fucking kit. Also, I do have to ask, why even give the demons a, if they die, they go on cooldown thing when he has a button that sets the cooldown to 0 and revives them for free? It's not like Korra where it's on a timer either. That's not worth it. I was about to press ult. I finally standardized my buttons, but I'm not going to say it for the safety of everybody. This is a better tile set. And dead. I imagine for coordinated farm teams, this character is going to fall very, very nicely in. Also, has there not been a single fucking focus orb spawn? Am I crazy? It feels like ever since the update, I haven't been getting focus orbs. Because, Sanctuary Onslaught is supposed to guarantee one whenever you load in. Should see stimulus. It's so fucking silly. Three energy orbs. I think if there was one buff I would give Uriel that wouldn't make his kit like too strong, have Remedia heal your companion. It's really weird that it doesn't when like, well, I guess not a ton. Well, blessing a Well of Life does. Well of Life also now gives the immortality buff, which is really solid. I think Venari Heal also stacks on pet entities. We didn't get a single piece, Home Slices. I think I cut it off here and then loop back though. Yes, I know. Wait, I got the fucking bro. I didn't even realize. Isn't that the rare one? No. Well, yeah, actually, that's one of the rare ones. I wonder how much I have for it. I didn't even realize I got the fucking barrel. And no, not the prime. And Vandal. I only have the barrel, so I'm still missing 3 pieces. It is fucking hot in here. It's cold. What the fuck? Back in we go. I'm gonna make the video, which I probably will do later today. I hope I'll download this off of Twitch because it'll be at really good quality. I accidentally downloaded something off of YouTube before, and for some reason it hella compresses stream to post. Let me see what's next in the music. Anything I would rather listen to? You do a random assortment of PlayStation 2 music. Who's down for that? Ooh. Oh, because they're dead. I wonder what kills them. Because it happened last time on this map too, that something just randomly killed all 3 of them really fast. That's like 6 health orbs and 3 energy orbs. What? Like, yeah, no, this character, if you want to throw a spammable on him, you can just so easily do that. Not hitting, what's that? Thank you. I can't do an action? Never mind, there we go. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Killed one of them. Like, actually raw damaged. This is a shit pile. Gosh darn it. I only vaguely know what's on the next playlist, so just don't be surprised. I don't know why I'm saying that as if I'm not using an obscure JRPG character as my fucking PFP. Honestly, I would think it'd be more shocking to the people who actually watched me if I didn't listen to stupid fucking music. God, I'm really hoping fucking... I'm gonna play Shipwrecked at some point. I'm just not playing it right now because I don't want to yelp and fucking scare my significant other awake. I can't wait for Hotel Investigation 09 to come out. Damn. Big ups. I do see that it says Loop 1 instead of the title track, which is unfortunate. Let's just pause real quick. Let me find something better then. Oh, it's because... What the fuck? It dropped me in the middle. Weird. I can fuck with that. That's completely fuckable. Okay. Now it'll start playing the tracks. Let me go grab a paper towel real quick to fucking blow my nose. Sorry, fucking... It's like warm in my apartment now, so it's like... Ugh. Where was I? Oh yeah, killing everything. I was gonna say damn no part, but this isn't part of the rotation. It's the next after this one. like, I don't truly. Here's the thing that makes playing him weird as somebody who's just returning. I don't quite frankly know why they released him like this. I didn't play any Noko. I don't have Noko yet. I should get him. But like, they just keep releasing really strong frames, which is unfortunate because like frames like Ember fall behind so quickly in this day and age. But they refuse to buff her because there was a time where she was just really strong, and people are like, well, you can use the heat inherent, and I'm basically strawmanning an argument, but I don't care. Use heat inherent because like that's really strong on her, and it's like, well, she used to be able to use her abilities without having to subsume off. I think subsume has like hurt a lot of frames, because a lot of old frames, Trinity is pretty included in that, despite how much I love her kit, and I unfortunately don't use base a lot because Well of Life just isn't that worth it to me. Mainly because I play super aggressive, high damage resistance while constantly keeping an eye on my health bar. So she kind of, like, I get away with that. The only times I go down as Trinity is when I run out of energy or I'm just not paying close enough attention. But a lot of characters are feel like they're being made with the impression that you'll be subsuming something off anyway, so just give them like a trash ability on one of their buttons and then just they'll subsume it off anyway. It's weird that that's kind of how it feels. Like Dante and Noko got pretty fucking lucky that their buttons are just really, really good. And even for the most part, Uriel's one is fine, but I don't see value in a movement ability like that when I can just subsume it off for one of the best armor strips in the game. Which I did. Objectively, Theros Strike, Terrify. What do you mean? I have... Thank you. Like, Theros Strike is one of the best armor strips in the game, mainly because it can strip armor and push back demolists, which for high tier content is really good because disruptions are really good farm points. I wouldn't say, like, I would not remove his 1 or 2 or 3, and definitely not his 4, because those abilities are like integral to a lot of his power spikes. And it's good that his power spikes aren't just he's on the field. I feel like Noko gets away with it a little bit because Brightbond is super strong. He gives the strength buff, which at one point when I was playing, after he released, I was playing Equinox, and we kept bouncing between like his Bright Bonnet and Pacify Provoke? No. The ability, strength ability. It's not on the top of my head. And we kept bouncing between just to get max stacks on at least me, because I couldn't do anything past his. Like, Equinox has a cap. He pretty much doesn't. And then it's fun, but again, a little overtuned compared to a lot of old frames, which even for the most part, despite how extremely powerful Ash is, one of his abilities just doesn't work in the current playground, which is Switch Teleport's kind of just a goofy old holdover from the ninja days. Bladestorm is objectively one of the most powerful, not Incarnons, exalted weapons in the game, being able to slash proc people to death from full. He has an extremely good armor strip. I think, honestly, Augmented Shuriken is probably, if not one of, the best ways to reliably armor strip without actually putting yourself in any, like, risk. To be fair, a lot of armor strips are super good. And It's good. There should be options. Obviously, a lot of people just use fucking Terrify, which I don't blame you. Terrify is really good too, because it's just a gigantic fucking CC area that just you decide no, you don't play in anymore. Plus, it's really easy on low power frames to get it to 100%. But that's besides the point. But overall, like, a lot of old frames just kind of like Valbin, I'm glad gets touched up, but they didn't even really fix Artillery Strike. It still has kind of the same problem it's always had, where it's just underwhelming. It strips Overguard now. That's it. It has terrible scaling unless they fixed it. I know it used to be pretty imprecise. I hope they fix that. Like, there's a fuck ton of enemies here. I should just stay in this room. Maybe it'll bottleneck the spawns. But, like, I'm glad they cleaned up Bastille. I did not realize how low I was. I'm too busy yapping. I'm glad they cleaned up Bastille. They changed repelling Bastille, right? To be, like, kills inside will continue to propagate it, which is pretty nice. But Oberon rework was overall pretty successful. I'm just sad that it removed like some of his identity, not in like a bad way, but like in the way of if it's like Hydroid, they removed Puddle, and it's like the Hydroid rework is fine for the most part. But now it's in a really weird spot where Hydroid's abilities, comparatively to how he launched, don't make sense for a lot of new players. Because new players don't know what corrosive is. I know I could have my friend and significant other boot the game up right now. Well, maybe my significant other might be able to get a little bit into it, into like knowing what's going on, and go like, what is he doing? Like, what damage is this actually good against? And they'd be like, I don't fucking know. The damage kind. Which, it just feels like it's pigeonholed. I'm just glad that they fixed its ult. I'm glad they fixed its 4, because sheesh. But I do think snaring yourself up. Can you grab one of these? Thank you. I think a lot of core game design has been getting lost in the sauce. Not in like an outwardly bad way either, but in the way of a lot of old characters needed touch-ups, and it feels like with Valbin, or not Valbin, with Hydroid, it was just, well, we want to make him a new frame. Like we wanna just like overall change him. Does that hit over here? Nice. We want to overall change him and make him feel fresh for a lot of veteran players, without realizing that a lot of people who play Hydroid either played Hydroid for a very specific reason, or were new players who thought the funny Pirate Man was fun. And while, yeah, people are still going to get into him because he's a frame you can play, I don't think updating his kit to a part where, for the most part, a lot of new players aren't going to understand most of the mechanics is super solid. Not that it can't work, but that Hydroid is supposed to be a pretty basic frame. And as evidenced by the frames that he was surrounded with at the time. That kind of thing. I'm not mad that they gave him a rework. It's just, somebody's car is fucking roaring outside. I just think in terms of not accessibility per se, but game, like, the design changes. It's a little strange, because this would have never been released. Actually, proof of that is Ember. This would never have flown back when Ember got hard nerfed. Back before Steel Path, I got unlucky. This wouldn't have happened, because it's... You're doing so much that it doesn't feel extremely fair. You know? Like, comparatively to World on Fire Ember, this is like double how strong she was. And I'm not one of those I sold Ember because they nerfed her. I, quite frankly, didn't play a lot of World on Fire Ember. But I can acknowledge that, yeah, while it wasn't super engaging, I would rather have a character not have their identity taken away, made into a buggy mess that barely gets touched up, then release a character with their old kit, make it modernized and way stronger like this, an 100% damage vulnerability, a full heal that makes you immune and status cleanses, a grapple, a chain that slows, an ult that you do have to build, which I appreciate because it's more or less like old Ember, but it scales, hits through walls, and has a giant AoE, just like Ember did. So, I don't know. I think in terms of game design decisions, if they want to overhaul and just kneecap a frame like Ember, re-releasing their kits is kind of a wild move. But that's just me. I am but one voice in the choir. I'm also a pretentious prick, that's besides the point. I also wish they would rework Loki. This is a fucking bop, dude. This goes hard. Will I stand here? Like, I'm proving my point repeatedly. And I want to clarify, it's not that I don't like the character's kit. While I do think it's a little boring because of how good it is, I do enjoy having all of these things onto a character. And I enjoy it in the sense of, if a new player decided if they liked this frame, I would want them to enjoy playing the video game. Like, I don't mind how strong Uriel is. I mind the fact that other frames did not get this treatment a few years ago, and they're still in a bad spot now. That's what I mind. I mind that Equinox, not related to me. Like, literally not like, oh, because I'm named Umbra Equinox. That was before I got back into Warframe. I mind that their kit was left in a very precarious spot that, while they are one of the greatest nuke frames in the game, by far, I loved you. First off, when I did Belly of the Beast, I solely was watching House playing over and over on Equinox with a Bubonica. Like, the only thing I would wish for in terms of bringing them up to snuff is just making their kit less Space Ninja. Like, just tweaking their abilities to make it make sense to either a newer audience or buffing it for veterans to feel like they have an impact on the build. Because Rest and Rage, I'm gonna keep it $150, while it's a fantastic ability, is still not that good. Like, Rest and Rage is my big either I'm playing day or I'm subsuming it off. Like, I'm looking for big damage vuln or I'm subsuming it off. That's unfortunate. I didn't get shit. D's hearing me complain. Makamo's listening. So, it's just like, I wish they would just minor tweak things. And while the overall rework is good, and while the Hydra rework is good, I wish it wasn't so aggressive as to remove a part of their identity. Like Puddle, which, while is a meme, I mean, people played their frame because they liked Puddle. Oh, that's my 2 cents. Even if it was a mad ramble. I'm stuck on the bridge. Probably only gonna do like one more run and then end stream. I'm gonna try and lay back down. I'll be up at 7 so I can take my meds. And then I might stream later, depending on if my friend's on tonight, if Wyatt's on. I'm supposed to be making a deadlock video for him, Smile. I also don't know if I have the motivation because, stinky man thing. I don't want to be mean. So I got 1:20, so we're just gonna... make sure to download this after the stream so I have it. Okay. Oh, I got Bratton stunned.
I'm gonna play Shipwrecked later today.
Well, I'm not gonna fucking yelp and scare the shit out of my stupid... Well, I'm probably going to still scare them, but I just need to start streaming again. Streaming and making content. I was thinking about talking about something the other day, and I was like, damn, this would make for a good fucking video. And I lost the idea, dude. I'm so mad. I want to do more media and content analysis stuff. I also wanted to make a video on Leon the Professional. I want to. Okay, weird idea. I was going to do a Leon the Professional video as an allegory for Lolita, like, not like in a gross way. I'm not a man. But in the way of like drawing parallels between the two stories, because Leon feels derivative of the story. Granted, I could just be making that shit up because I'm so media pill-brained. But all art is inherently political. And Leon the Professional is a very fucking political movie. Despite what my co-worker who also watched it might think. Smile. I was like, yeah, it's a good movie, without understanding that it's flaming the shit that he likes. For being a trans person 3 months on estrogen, it's kind of weird to work with borderline Republicans. Or Republicans, actually. Cuba Fortress Crevicine, oh boy! That's actually a good pull. Not that I'm going to use it, but it's a good pull. Actually, I could. Oh yeah, button press time. 600, 700. This little guy just generates, dude. If they nerf anything, I can see them tuning down how many health orbs it gives Uriel. But even then, I don't think that would actually rein it in, because the scaling's so high. I also don't know how clunky that would make him. Well, it wouldn't really do much. It would just remove the ability spam aspect from him, which I don't know how I feel about that. I think that's fine, especially because he was released alongside the lethal damage stops at 500. Which definitely feels like you're supposed to run it on him, unless he doesn't have the armor scaling to actually do it. Somebody crunch the numbers. I don't know off the top of my head. I don't have that arcane yet. Somebody complained that their duration on Uriel's abilities is too low, and I would agree if they weren't so strong. I think, okay, one of the things, or two of the things that rein him in is his 4 is not a standard ultimate. You have to build it. I do like that, because that does mean it's not entirely plausible for you to press one button over and over again. Looking at Saren, except Saren requires some setup and execution. You have to, while Saren requires you to not entirely be at the helm, there is still some stuff you have to do to ensure that you can still play the game correctly. Because there's, like, Saren just sucks on defense, dude. Survival festers unless your team fucking kills them way too fast. Defense, interception, dog shit, because you just lose your stacks every time between the middle of the game. Like, oh, round 1's a round 2. Cool, you're out of stacks, because you have to kill everybody. Thank you. Also, am I getting, like, the same templates over again? Having to build his ult definitely helps rein in his potential, and also having low duration, which was such a weird complaint, because if he had high duration, there would be literally no contesting him. Like, the fact that Demonium is only like 8 seconds with like primed continuity, and that's not even like narrow-minded or anything else like that. Narrow-minded is the one that does duration, I think. I don't remember off the top of my head. But like 8 seconds isn't bad, especially for it being like a near double damage fucking. I should actually like a near double damage thing. Let's actually check this because we're at max. Yeah, 119 with a fuck ton of fire rate. The heal doesn't really matter, but look, 7 health orbs, 2 energy orbs. Their strike doesn't matter. And then like 35, nearly 3,600 with 35 meters on 15 seconds. That's insane. He has insanely high potential. And truth be told, again, the only thing actually reining him in is the fact that his abilities have a low duration. Because otherwise, this would just be like, what, you want this 30 seconds? That's nauseating. If the commenter I'm referring to was like speaking about it in the same vein as like Octavia, I don't think Octavia is healthy either. Like, let me make that very clear. But the solution wouldn't be to buff another frame that does that either. Because, like, I'm sorry, if I get into a lobby with Octavia, which is very rare actually nowadays, people just want to play their frames because of the new abilities that you can get. I don't have fun. Like, I used to play with somebody who spam played Octavia. It was boring as shit all of the time because they would just sit and visit, not play the game, and go, why am I not having fun? Like, meanwhile, a G14's not bad. I was about to say I got a bad roll, but it doesn't matter. That's not what this rotation is. Like, I would play Melee Trinity. Let me get to that fucking side room so that enemies spawn on top of me. Come here, come here, come here, come here. Oh, they're trying. Okay, whatever. I guess I'm just gonna fight mid. Or not? What the fuck are they doing? Let me just... Hopefully we just start spawning in here, and then don't spawn anywhere else. Like, he used to sit there with Octavia and go, I'm bored. Just over and over again, just I'm bored. Like, the game doesn't challenge me. It's like, yeah, it's because you're not actually trying to challenge yourself. You are objectively not having fun because you are playing the game at a way lower skill ceiling than, like, you should be. You've decided to complain about the game because you are making it easier on yourself. And it's fine. If you find Octavia enjoyable, I think you're weird, but I'm not gonna stop you. I should remake the Warframe and meta video because it's very funny. But also, like, you cannot complain about, wow, I'm not having fun, and then just sit there and not play a fun frame. Like, around that time is when I started doing like a lot of the weird builds that I would do. It's when I was like playing Zephyr, and I was like, man, Zephyr's really fun. I wonder why people don't play her more, and why people say she's just kind of bad and a troll fight pick. And it's like, oh, because just people are so like, I'm not gonna say a YouTuber name. If you know, you know. Like, so pilled into believing that there's only like one build for every frame, and that you should have Prime sure-footed on everything. Can you believe it, guys? Prime sure-footed, just a day away. Wow, can you believe it, guys? I don't like this tile, it's dog shit. But like, if you're gonna look up a build and then pick like the most boring frame possible, I don't know what you expect. I really don't, because you're taking the fun away from yourself because you think you can't have fun any other way. And explaining that to him is borderline impossible. I don't even talk to him anymore. That's how fucking stubborn he is about stupid shit. Like, not that I didn't enjoy being a friend with him, but the guy was not exactly the best person to hang around with in terms of like enjoying playing video games and stuff like that, because that was his mentality on every game. If he wasn't winning, it's a terrible game. If he wasn't making everything easy, it was a terrible game. That's why I can't ever believe that he got into this game, because like, what do you mean you're playing two characters and not having fun? Why don't you pick up fucking Valkyr, which he kind of did, and then complained that it was a melee character? Why don't you, Ash is there if you'd like to figure out how to build Bladestorm to instantly kill everything on the map all of the time, which is very fun to figure out. There's Hydroid in the rework, there's Oberon, there's Titania, there's Mag, which I should get back to playing Mag actually. There's Trinity. You can figure out how to do a Volt build. You can do Caliban. I've been seeing a lot of Caliban lovers recently, and I quite frankly enjoy their little goofy spin dance. You can decide to play Wukong if you want to be slightly boring and then leave a bad review about how the game's fallen because you can't AFK in a corner anymore. There's options, is what I'm saying. Saying that the game is boring is quite frankly a little nauseating. I only took a break from this because, not that I was feeling pressured to stream or make content, I just, like, I had to. Like, I had to not hate this game, truth be told. Why did I just get a burst of brimstone? I got burnt out, which is not anything I thought I would ever admit to. But no, I genuinely, I was like, damn it, bad roll. Yeah, I got burnt out. I just felt like I had to stream, I had to make videos and stuff like that. Thank you for spawning right on top of me so that you could get grappled and feed me. And like, I'm back now because like, I played Destiny, I did that one stream, and the game's in a bad state, which is very funny because I knew that going in, but I didn't realize that it would just be that way permanently. There's been the delay. There's been, like, the game... I don't know what happened with the most recent update, but the game runs like shit now. Like, it takes 3 minutes to open. I'll load in and it'll take another minute to open. I can't even do, like, raids anymore. I don't know what the fuck is going on. People on Xbox report that they can't even open their game. So, you know. basically it doesn't look like there's anything good going on there. And then I was like, fuck it, like Old Peace came out over 2 months ago. I might as well try it. I hadn't loaded up the game the entire time. And I played the mission. It was fine. Not my quite cup of tea, but it wasn't bad. The Tower strikes are unfortunately a little bit underwhelming, and I'm not even getting focus orbs so I can use them. Like, the focus orbs just aren't spawning now. I don't know why. I think it's bugged, but like I can't confirm that, which is a little frustrating because I want to use the funny. I want to use the funny. The new frame is pretty fucking cool. I like Uriel. I was surprised because I thought my like comeback was going to be, wow, not much has changed, I'm just gonna leave. But I sat down and I was like, I kind of want to build for primary acuity, and I have been. I have a Fulman build with it. I was using a Tiburon with like 8 times multiplier hitting red crits for like 1.7 mil on Trinity with no damage vuln ability. Like, I've been having fun doing that again. Oh, I should be able to build Brimstone really fast here. Like, that's just kind of the shit I've been doing since I hopped back on. I do want to make a video on Uriel. I want to get back to... I want to go back and do, like... I am way more confident of a speaker nowadays. So I would like to go back and talk about some of the old frames I did. I would like to re-talk about a few of them. I want to do more videos as well. I have a set schedule now where I work 7 to 3 Monday, Tuesday. I close Wednesday. I'm off Thursday, Fridays. I do 8 to 4 Saturday and 9 to 7 Sunday. I have like a actual set schedule now. And I should just get back to my fucking hobby that I love. Hence why it's fucking 4:48 a.m. I'm about to do this, hop off, go lay back down, and wake up at 7. Mainly because I'm an idiot and I decided going to bed at 8:25 at night was a good idea. But that's besides the point. I'll make sure I get this, once the VOD is uploaded, I'll download it so I can cut this all together, do some VO, do some build, like, here's the build that I use and I've been using for Elite Sanctuary Onslaught and Steel Path that has been absolutely clearing shit because this character is absolutely nutty. Take it with a grain of salt. Here's the Brad that I was using in the clips. I should be grabbing sigils, I'm just not. Thank you. I'm going to restream Shipwrecked because I wanted to do that again. I gotta remember what video idea that I was really into. No way, 7. I'm an idiot. I ran into the next data conduit because I was autopiloting. Oh, this is not a good fucking tile either. I want to make more content. I'm supposed to make a deadlock video for my friend, but I haven't even gotten around to fucking doing that because, like, I'm not bad at deadlock. I'm not good at deadlock. I'm just kind of like, I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm great at deadlock, but I'm decent for 100 hours in. But it also helps that I understand core mechanics very well. I'm supposed to do that for my friend. I'm not even sure if he'd watch it, to be honest. Still no focus orb. What the fuck? But there was a video idea I thought about the other day that I was just like absolutely nutty about, and I just can't remember what it was, dude. I should have written it down. I need to get back to Bosch. I haven't touched that in a while. I gotta do VO. I have to cut together some. The problem is I'm at the most complicated parts of the ARG. Well, it's not really an ARG. I don't know what it would be. It's not an analog horror. I guess it's just a horror series. That kills through nully bubbles. I'm gonna have to remember that. Let's get you up. But like, I actually cannot fucking remember what video idea I had. Also funny, with a little bit of strength tweaking, you can bludgeon people to death with Theros Strike. Alright. That being said, I got nothing that run, but I'm going to go lay back down because I should not have been up at 2:30 in the morning. But I will probably be back later today. That being said, thank you for watching if you were, or if you're viewing this from the future. And I will be streaming more often. I'm forcing myself to. I'm just forcing myself to. Whoa! Don't play Warframe at 3 a.m. guys. This would happen to you too. That's also wild that I didn't hit fucking 367. That's very funny. Uriel, dude.